murder.
My enemies hounding me.
That's not what I asked.
They'd accuse me of anything that popped into their heads.
You answer the question, Dad. What about Mary McKinnon?
I'm going to say this once, and then we will drop it. Is that clear? Mary McKinnon was a servant working on my yacht. She fell overboard one night during a party. I don't know what happened, but she went into the water. I jumped in, trying to find her. I dove several times, but I finally had to give up. Now, that is what happened. And blaming me for the death is preposterous.
Well, now I know why the McKinnons hate the love so much. Once again, it's because of my father.
No, that's not fair.
It's truth, Mom.
You think twice before you side against your own family. Your father loves you very much. He would do anything for you.
All right, I said the wrong thing. I apologize.
It's accepted, isn't it?
Of course it is. And I'm glad you're here, son. It's wonderful that we're all together.
Sure. Look, I gotta go now.
Sweetie, let's talk in the morning. Maybe tomorrow we can spend some time together, just the two of us, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
Watch out for a reporter, son.
Why do you think I moved out of the dorm, Dad? Getting pretty used to spotting the media. Found about 10 ways to get out of this hotel.
Well, you'll have to show us some of them.
Yeah, tomorrow. Night, Mom.
Night. Now I want to know the truth about Mary McKinnon. A little while before she died, you had an affair with her. Why don't we start there?
An affair? Where do you get these stories? Did the police send over the village gossip when they dragged me in for questioning? Adam Corey. He left during the questioning and came here.
Why do you keep avoiding? Having an affair is hardly a crime. You were a widower.
The woman was a servant, Marissa.
I want to know what really happened. Yes, I called Sergeant Corey, and he came over, and he gave me some information.
And you believed it?
I want to believe you, but the more you keep protesting, the more I doubt.
Very well. This is it. The simple truth about the affair. I was a widower, as you said. The McKinnon woman was quite pretty and interested in a part-time affair. I'm human.
Yes.
But then I went to Chicago and met you the night you played, and I fell head over heels in love. I broke it off with Mary, and that was it.
Was she upset?
Not particularly. In fact, probably not at all. She immediately took up with one of the gardeners. I didn't keep track after that. A few months later, I was secretly married to you. I never thought of Mary McKinnon again.
But she continued to work for you.
Well, I could hardly fire her.
She worked on your yacht.
When I needed a full staff, yes, and I did that night. It was just one of those tragic things.
Her body was never found.
No, the currents were tremendously strong.
Was there a lot of publicity?
Oh, the press had a field day. If you're interested, the library has all the back copies. Have Gomez get them for you. But through it all, I thought of nothing but you. I couldn't get you out of my mind. And several weeks later, you became Mrs. Reginald LaSalle. Finest day of my life. Now, can this be laid to rest once and for all? For a moment, I thought that was you playing.
Oh, likely story.
Why do you say that, darling? You played beautifully. Every bit as well as that. What's his name? Rubenstein.
Don't pretend that I'm better than I am.
Oh,
I would never even have started to learn again if you hadn't insisted.
You have a gift, my love.
What I had was you. Buying me all the records, humming me little snatches of the scores. Isn't it strange how the brain works sometimes?
How do you mean?
When I think about it, often there I was at the conservatory studying, a hit-and-run driver, a brilliant doctor who saved my life, and I wind up having no memory of my music.
But you do.
No, I don't. I don't even remember being at the conservatory.
You were a scholarship winner.
Well, then I must have been really good.
How else do you think that wonderful ability came back to you?
Sweetheart, I keep telling you, every single teacher that you've hired has said the same thing. It may never come fully back.
You will learn again.
Don't get me wrong. I'm very grateful for the second chance.
And I'm very grateful for you.
It's just that sometimes those memories worry me.
What memories?
Well, really the lack of them. I will probably never be able to make you understand how strange it is for me to have seen our marriage certificate and not to be able to remember our wedding.
It was and will remain the most beautiful day of my life. And while we're on the subject of second chances, I will always be grateful that you learned to love me again.
You were my way back into the world.
You were my only reason for living. Once I realized Reginald Love had to disappear forever, I was actually glad. Who needed that life? I had you. My darling Marissa. That's all I've ever needed since the day I met you. And I won't allow anyone to take that away.
I was the only one that thought Reginald Love was scum.
Well, you ain't alone anymore.
It's nice to know. Oh, by the way, I gave Rachel a photo of Mary. She's going to build a statue for her grave.
I know. She told me. She said it's going to be lovely. Mary was beautiful, I understand.
And she was. She was perfect. I just hope this likeness is going to be perfect, because she has to use this old photo, you know. But she said it'll be ready next week, and we're going to take it out and put it on the grave and then throw a party, a real wake. Something to make Mary proud.
You know, it's quiet in here tonight. I don't know that I've ever seen it quite like this.
Corey may be heading for more trouble than he knows. I'll take care of it in the morning.
Something wrong?
Nothing I can't handle.
Don't you think Reginald Love could have murdered your mother?
I think it's possible, but that isn't the point.
And if he's guilty, it's up to us to bring him to justice.
Reginald Love has his own brand of justice, Adam. Haven't you noticed that? We all know he was behind Zane's death.
Granted, but we have to be able to prove it.
Yeah, but who paid for Zane's death? Certainly not Reginald Love. Where's your truth and justice there?
MJ's right. The only reason he's been getting away with murder all this time is that no one has had any actual evidence against him.
Until now.
Yeah, until now.
What about Pops?
Adam has promised that he's going to keep quiet about this.
Vince won't be involved.
Oh, really? Okay, so what if it turns out that it's true and that Reginald Love is guilty?
He'll throw the book at the creep.
Uh-huh. And then what if it's true that he and Mama were involved?
Then we'll have to tell Pops.
Look, for now, this is strictly an investigation into a possible homicide. I'll keep it quiet.
Okay. What's next?
I want you out of it.
No way!
Look, I mean this, Kathleen. From here on out, I'm going to handle this myself, off the record.
I have too high a stake stake in this.
Look, you've done the legwork, and I appreciate that. But now it could get dangerous.
I don't want you involved.
I am involved.
Look, MJ can stay on the case. She'll look after your family interests, okay?
Sounds great to me, right?
Right. So you want to trade places? Yeah, I do. Well, just let me sit in on the interview.
Oh, I can't keep this woman down.
No.
Come along, darling.
No, can't.
I have this whole day full of romantic surprises for you. Now, come on.
What, is this the AM version of Dancing in the Dark?
You'll just have to wait and see, won't you? Go get him, guys. Come on.
We will. I guess you're going to be way too busy for a little romance. Huh?
Looks like it.
I mean, if you don't want to date me, you might as well fix it so you can't date anybody, right?
I really don't want to be having this conversation. And I really don't want to be in on this investigation.
Why? You probably dislike me so much you don't even want to ride around in the same squad car.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, look, if I'm following a dead end...
I think it's a bad idea, okay?
Look, if I'm following a dead end, you can tell me so.
All right. I'm telling you right now, nothing good is going to come of this, Adam.
I don't understand you, MJ. We're talking about your mother.
Yeah, that's right, we are. And when she died, it hurt a whole lot. It practically killed my father. It took a long time, Adam, but we finally laid this thing to rest. I just don't think it's right to dredge the whole thing up again.
Even if it means that we can finally bring Reginald Love to justice.
Why'd you want to see me? I'd like us to talk, son.
What about?
All the hostility and mistrust there is between us lately.
Well, you're the one that caused it.
I never intended it, Scott. You've got to believe that.
It's a little difficult to believe it, Dad.
Look, I just want the three of us to be a real family again, like before.
Real families don't lie to one another.
I need your help.
Need my help.
Scott, you've got to convince your mother to leave Bay City.
What, do you expect her to just forget about what's going on here?
My life as Reginald Love is a part of the past. It's over. But Marissa has this idealized notion that I can make peace with my other children. Now, it's too late for that.
Maybe it's not.
I haven't seen them in 17 years. They think I abandoned them.
Mother and I went over to the Love estate.
I'm aware of that. And what was her reaction?
Well, she thinks that maybe we can be one big happy family.
Which members of the Love family did you and your mother visit?
Marley and her friend Jake McKinnon. They just got engaged.
Engaged?
Yeah. A Love and a McKinnon. What do you think about that?
It's really none of my business.
Now, Mom thought it was great.
This fascination of hers for the Love family has got to stop.
She's a caring person. She has a right to reach out to him if she wants to.
I want Marissa out of Bay City. Now, you've got to convince her to leave.
I can't.
Can't or won't?
Both.
Why?
She's
Because
got
you enjoy defying me in spite of your mother?
She's got a right to make up her own mind.
She doesn't know what's good for her.
Oh, and you think you do?
Yes, I do.
Don't make me laugh. You're just afraid that she's going to dig up some dirt out of your past, isn't that right?
That's absurd.
How many more skeletons are going to come crashing out of the closet before this thing is through?
Scott, don't
You've been
push.
feeding her one lie after another.
I don't want Marissa to be hurt.
Well, neither